Welcome to my new channel, Liminal Theories. Today, we're diving into a fascinating phenomenon that's both eerie and captivating, the world of liminal spaces. Now, before we dive into our first liminal video, I strongly advise that you grab some food. I say this because you viewers deserve your satisfaction. So squeeze every drop of dopamine out of these intriguing topics. Let's get into this, you big back liminal explorers. Back to liminal spaces. These transitional environments invoke a sense of familiarity or nostalgia, making us feel like we're caught between two worlds. But what exactly are liminal spaces? And how did they come to hold such a peculiar place in our collective psyche? Let's explore the uncanny yet intriguing history of liminal spaces. First, let's define what we mean by liminal spaces. The term liminal comes from the Latin word limen, meaning threshold. In psychology and anthropology, it refers to the transitional phase between two states. Think of it as the in-between moments, places that are neither here nor there. Common examples include stairwells, hallways, and waiting rooms, spaces where you might feel a sense of dislocation or disorientation. But why do these spaces elicit such strong feelings? The concept of liminality isn't new. In ancient cultures, thresholds held significant meaning, from doorways that separated the sacred from the profane to the liminal spaces of initiation rites. These transitions were pivotal in shaping identity and community. For instance, in many indigenous cultures, entering a new stage of life, whether it be adulthood or marriage, often involved passing through a physical threshold, symbolizing a transformation. In the 20th century, anthropologist Victor Turner expanded on this idea, using the term liminal to describe the middle phase of rites of passage. This concept has since permeated various fields, influencing art, literature, and even architecture. Fast forward to today, and liminal spaces have taken on new meanings, especially in our modern urban environments. The rise of empty shopping malls, abandoned amusement parks, and vacant office buildings has given these spaces a new life in the digital age. These environments have become a staple in horror films and video games, where they serve as backdrops for suspense and unease. Think of the unsettling hallways in games like Silent Hill, or the haunting imagery in movies like The Shining. This has contributed to the rise of a subculture that celebrates the beauty and strangeness of these spaces. Social media has played a significant role in popularizing the aesthetic of liminal spaces. Platforms like Tumblr and Instagram are filled with images that evoke feelings of nostalgia and eeriness, often accompanied by captions that resonate with the audience's sense of longing and melancholy. This trend reflects a collective desire to connect with the uncanny, a yearning for the familiar yet unfamiliar, the comforting yet unsettling. It's a way for people to explore their emotions and experiences in a world that often feels chaotic and disjointed. Now, let's take a moment to reflect on our own experiences with liminal spaces. I remember the first time I walked through an empty school hallway after hours. The echo of my footsteps felt heavy, as if the walls were holding on to memories of laughter and learning. These moments remind us of the passage of time and the transitions we all face in life. Whether it's a fleeting moment of nostalgia or a deeper philosophical reflection, liminal spaces invite us to pause and consider where we've been and where we're going. So, the next time you find yourself in a transitional space, a hallway, an empty park, or a deserted mall, take a moment to appreciate the uncanny beauty of it. These spaces tell stories of the past and invite us to ponder our own journeys. I would like to tell you guys just one more little story to close up my first YouTube video here. As I settled onto the creaking bench, wood worn smooth by years of waiting souls, I let my gaze drift across the empty platform. The silence was palpable, broken only by the distant echo of my own thoughts. I imagined the flurry of activity that once filled this space. Families reuniting, friends bidding farewell, lovers sharing whispered secrets before embarking on their journeys. Each person, a thread in the tapestry of this station, had woven their own narrative into its history. The faded posters on the walls told stories of a different time, advertising grand adventures and local attractions. Their colors dulled by the sun, yet still hinting at the excitement they once promised. I traced my fingers over the rusted metal of the ticket booth, envisioning the attendant's face, the rush of travelers lining up, the sound of coins clinking, and tickets being torn. It was easy to romanticize the past, to see it through a lens of nostalgia, but I also recognized the beauty in the stillness around me now, a reminder that life is a series of transitions, each with its own significance. I closed my eyes and listened closely, imagining the whispers of the past swirling around me like a gentle breeze. It was as if the very walls were speaking, sharing secrets of hope and longing. The station, despite its desolation, held an undeniable magic, a reminder that every ending is but a new beginning waiting to unfold. As I opened my eyes, the sun dipped lower in the sky, casting long shadows across the platform. The light flickered through the broken glass of the booth, illuminating the dust motes dancing in the air. I felt a surge of inspiration, an awakening to the possibilities that lay ahead. Perhaps it's in these quiet moments, amidst the remnants of what was, that we find clarity for what is to come. Each pause is an invitation to reflect, to dream, and to prepare for the next chapter. And so, I rise from the bench, ready to embrace the journey ahead, knowing that this station, like so many others, is not just a place of departure, but also a cradle for new beginnings. With a final glance over my shoulder, I stepped onto the platform, ready to forge my own path through the unknown, carrying with me the stories of those who came before and the promise of those yet to come. Anyways, thank you for watching the first Liminal Theories video. I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe or comment down anything you want covered or anything you just simply want to discuss. Until next time.